Northern mountainous areas account for 1/3 of the total geographic area of Vietnam. These areas play a key role in regulating climate conditions, controlling natural disasters, and ensuring ecological security for deltas and river basins. Coming along with these values is the existence of an institute. It is the Northern Mountainous Agriculture and Forestry Science Institute, Nomafsi. In the early 1900s, as still written in history, the French started its mass exploitation for tea in Asia. At that time, Vietnam was identified as the country with the best tea potential in the region. In 1918, the French government built a research center for agroforestry at Phu Tho province, called the Phu Tho Experiment Station. It was primarily mandated to import, localize, and develop high-valued cash crops, particularly the tea, coffee, lacquer, and other key staple crops. That was the first ever research center of mountainous agroforestry in Vietnam and the Indochina. That was also the precursor of Nomafsi. After the August Revolution in 1945, the government of Vietnam officially received the Phu Tho Experiment Station from the French. However, the station was recaptured 3 times consecutively and was bombarded. Infrastructure was totally cleared, and yet the station could still continue its experimental operations by the late scientist, Professor Do Ngoc Quy. Together with about 10 other young scientists, Professor Quy placed the very first base for tea research in Vietnam. In 1961, the Phu Tho Experiment Station was renamed as the Phu Ho Center for Tea Experiments. Within almost 1 decade, from 1961 to 1968, the Phu Ho Center for Tea Experiments did not have proper infrastructure. Spreading over 100 hectares in Phu Tho town, tea hills became actual laboratories for the late Professor Do Ngoc Quy and other young scientists. Actual scientific activities produced records and documentation for the tea of Vietnam in the late 1960s. The output was raised to 5 tons of buds per hectare. 27 old tea varieties were completely restored. 9 new tea varieties were developed. The area of tea production of the whole country was expanded to 10,000 hectares. The year 1968 marked an extraordinary change that exceeded the boundary of tea. In the heartland of Phu Ho Center for Tea Experiments, the government of Vietnam established the Research Institute for Industrial Trees, Fruit Trees, and Medicinal Plants. Its key personnel also came from the Phu Ho Center. This is the very rare image of more than 70 scientists from the old days. To have accommodation, they built their own tents. Reaching the age of over 90 now, scientist Nguyen Xuân Hun still cannot forget difficulties in the old time.
Còn khó khăn cái là cán bộ là gì? Cán bộ lúc đó là cán bộ cái công nghiệp là cán bộ phải chạy nhiều. Hay chơi cái nó có sở nhiều mà. Chỉ có sở nhiều thì là tôi vừa ráo lúc khỏe, vừa tôi nghiệm. Mà trong lưới có hạn. Cho nên anh em không thích làm mà cái công nghiệp này lắm, không thích về việc nữa. Về là về việc khổ.
Despite extremely poor infrastructure, scientists could still make remarkable research and application during the 1970s until the early 1980s. Reaching the renovation of the country, since 1984, together with tea, the Phu Tho Center for Tea Experiments specialized on 2 main areas of research, which were industrial and agricultural crops. 1 year later, in 1985, Numerous varieties of industrial and agricultural crops were sent to massively grow in the northern mountainous area of Vietnam. But behind the success was immeasurable difficulty.
Trong lúc đó toàn viện là lên gần 400 người mà chỉ có được khoảng 60 suất lương thôi. Nên giữa lúc đó thì tập thể phải suy nghĩ rất nhiều. Mà trong đó quỹ đất thì còn rất nhiều chứ. Quỹ đất là các đội là trên 100 hectare mà chưa có chè gì cả. Thế thì muốn sống được đến lúc bây giờ là cái sống ấy, là phải trồng bằng được toàn bộ cái diện tích chè ấy. Và đồng thời là phải làm sao ra sản phẩm có ngay để mà trả lương cho anh em. Rồi sau đó mới nói đến chuyện nghiên cứu.
Together, researchers during that subsidy period made a miracle. They not only paid the full salary for over 400 personnel, but also began building brand names for Vietnamese tea. They started exporting tea to the world. The old tents were replaced with new buildings of better equipment. A tea company with the most modern production chain of the revolutionary period was also built. It was this tea company that marked the first place to officially export tea with Vietnamese brands to the world. Along with the great achievements in the tea industry, numbers of agricultural and industrial varieties from the land of the Phu Ha Center for Tea Experiments were also developed. They were a key supply to people of the northern mountainous area. Therefore, throughout 20 years of the country's renovation, from 1985 to 2005, the applied research by scientists in Phu Ha were a huge contributing factor to the northern mountainous provinces. Recognizing the role of the agroforestry economy of the northern mountainous area, in September 2005, the Prime Minister of Vietnam and Minister of the Agricultural and Rural Development Ministry decided to bring together 4 research institutes in the northern mountainous area. They are the Vietnam Tea Research Institute, the Phu Ha Fruit Tree Research Center, the Coffee Arabica Research Center, and the Northern Mountainous Agriculture Research Center. This gave birth to the Northern Mountainous Agriculture and Forestry Science Institute, Nomafsi, subordinate to the Vietnam Academy of Agricultural Sciences. Nomafsi was built on the area of 270 hectares of the former Phu Ha Agroforestry Research Center. Its operating system includes 3 functional departments: administration, research planning and international cooperation, and finance and accountancy. Together with these are 7 departments for research: the agroforestry department, the soil science and upland agroecology department, the Department of Food Crop Research, the Agrarian System Department, the Biotechnology and Plant Protection Department, the Post-Harvest Technology Department, and the Soil and Agricultural Product Quality Analysis Lab. Together with these departments, Nomafsi has 4 centers: the Tea Research and Development Center, the Horticulture Research and Development Center, the Research and Development Center for Northwest Agroforestry, and the Research and Development Center for Temperate Crops. With a strong system, Nomafsi aims to research and transfer agroforestry technologies to serve the socio-economic development of the 15 northern mountainous provinces. For the tea in particular, research and technology transfer is done on a national scale.
Viện ý là phải giải quyết được cả 3 vấn đề cho miền núi Bắc, tức là phải nâng cao được cái năng suất cây trồng vật nuôi, tức là hay nói mặt khác về mặt kinh tế, là giải quyết được nâng cao cái hiệu quả sản xuất nông nghiệp. Thứ hai nữa là phải góp phần bảo vệ và cải thiện cái tài nguyên môi trường sinh thái của miền núi. Thứ ba là thông qua tất cả các hoạt động của viện là góp phần để mà giải quyết vấn đề xã hội cho miền núi, tức là xóa đói giảm nghèo hay là nâng cao cái trình độ dân trí cho người dân của đồng bào các dân tộc miền núi.
Together with the team of more than 400 people of Nomafsi, Dr. Lê Quoc Doang worked on comprehensive steps in every field of research as climate change was becoming more severe. In 2008, there was an extremely cold period recorded in the northern mountainous area. 100,000 hectares of rice could not survive. Meanwhile, local farmers had no breeding available. A famine was hanging overhead. As an immediate reaction, Nomafsi started an urgent program for reproducing and maintaining the quality of the indigenous rice breeds. As a result, instead of going through a famine, local farmers could themselves produce rice breeds. They could even farm enough for commodity production. Revitalizing indigenous rice breeds was one among numerous achievements that Nomafsi obtained during the first years of establishment from 2005 to 2012. Continuing to uphold the fundamental research values, Nomafsi is now more and more maximizing itself in every field. Scientists of the Institute often travel to the mountainous land for research. Soil experiments show that the arable land in the northern mountainous area was extremely degenerated. Scientists of Nomafsi puzzled themselves into a challenge: how to save the soil while still improving the crop productivity at the same time. At last, they found the answer, which was to grow cover crops. Getting back to the slope land, Nomafsi scientists began training local farmers to grow cover crops. They also asked them to do sustainable farming practices at the same time in order to protect the soil. Maize was the main crop at the northern mountainous area. Intercropping pea plants was selected as a pilot. As a result, this covering method helped to reduce soil erosion from between 70 to 90%. It also boosted the yield of the main crop by up to almost 200%. Along with transferring cultivation techniques for soil conservation, Nomafsi has continued developing the strengths of the northern mountainous area. And the top priority is tea. The northern mountainous area hosts a diverse assortment of rare and ancient tea trees, like the shan tuyet, which are over a century old. Local farmers did not have effective cultivation and breeding techniques. They did not know that with proper cultivation, these precious and rare tea varieties could also help protect and improve the soil. To solve the problem, Nomafsi did research and trained local farmers with the cutting method. After 5 years, this method was widely applied in the region. This completely stopped the traditional breeding that used the tea seeds. This also helped to build sustainable brand names for the tea in the northern mountainous area. Since then, more than 20 new high-quality tea breeds have been developed by Nomafsi. They cover most of the tea area of the country, which helps to double the national tea output. In 2005, the national tea productivity was 4 tons per hectare, and now it exceeds 8 tons per hectare. In 2005, new varieties of tea were bred over 35% of the area, but presently they cover more than 60% nationwide. In total, the tea value of the whole country has increased by more than 50%. Research by Nomafsi to develop rice in the poor areas and indigenous rice in special locations have revitalized such precious breeds that were thought to have vanished. For example, the Chiem Hung, BT13, PB1, PB2, T10, Tule, Ko Nam Sip, etc. Only in one decade, from 1996 to 2006, the rice output of the northern mountainous area increased by over 55%. Food security for the region was ensured when local farmers could proactively do their rice farming in adaptation to climate change. This means that their traditional nomadic traveling for slash and burn land will gradually stop. This also means that the ecology of the mountainous area is being protected. In order to improve nutrition and income for the mountainous people, Nomafsi has developed research for a variety of fruit trees. Diverse fruit trees of high quality and high yield have been selected and commercialized in various provinces. Dragon fruit and avocado are now able to grow in the mountains. Various temperate fruit trees and special local varieties have also been introduced to local farmers. Apples, bananas, lychees, grapefruits, oranges, fuyus, mangoes, peaches, plums, etc. Not only helping to boost the potential of cultivating diverse crops, Nomafsi also supported mountainous people to develop husbandry, especially the cattle. Imported grasses for livestock were selected and transferred to mass production. Now they can be grown on the slopes to take advantage of all terrain. They can also be planted on the land of single-harvest rice to help transform the pure plantation structure into an integration of horticulture and husbandry. Thanks to guaranteed food security and improved income, people in the northern mountainous area have paid more attention to forest preservation. This helped to reduce soil erosion and sedimentation. In 1995, the forest coverage of the whole region was 28.5%. By 2017, it had increased to 47%. Sources of forest, soil, and water of 15 provinces in the northern mountainous areas are now being preserved. The diversity of staple crops, fruit trees, industrial crops, and husbandry has made the upland agricultural ecosystem sustainable and multi-purposed. Sustainable farming, a new concept, is becoming more and more popular to local farmers and officials. This concept also garners more attention from other Vietnamese and foreigners. Research and application by Nomafsi have contributed to remarkable changes to people of the northern mountainous land.
Với một cái định hướng đúng đắn của viện, chúng tôi cho rằng là hoàn toàn có thể tin tưởng một cái thành công ngày càng rực rỡ hơn, tốt đẹp hơn của Viện miền núi phía Bắc trong cái việc đóng góp vào cái phát triển bền vững, hiệu quả của nông nghiệp và nông thôn các tỉnh miền núi phía Bắc.
Together with achievements in research and technology transference at a large scale, Nomafsi has also made investments in developing regional centers for specialized research. Nomafsi has built 2 regional centers in Sơn La and Sapa. These centers perform research for environment, land conservation, ecological agriculture, and indigenous crops that utilize the local microclimate. This is an overview of the Research and Development Center for Northwest Agroforestry that Nomafsi built in Mai Son District, Sơn La Province. The center is mandated to exploit potentials of the northwest area, especially the fruit trees and Arabica coffee. Arabica coffee varieties here are rare but are of high quality and produce high yields. The Research and Development Center for Temperate Crops is located in Sapa, Lao Cai Province. The purpose of the center is to exploit the advantages of temperate subzones and develop medicinal plants, local flowers, fruits, and vegetables. The central infrastructure in Phu Tha and the 2 regional research centers at Lao Cai and Sơn La make a strong trio of Nomafsi today. In order to meet every need of modern research for the uplands, right at the headquarters of Phu Tha Province, Nomafsi developed an experimental area of 250 hectares. This area serves to conserve and supply crop varieties for farming, research, and developing breeds for the whole country. Such examples include a gene bank containing 250 tea breeds, 150 rice breeds, 270 fruit tree breeds, over 300 rice breeds, and a large variety of other rare and precious crop varieties. Thanks to achievements in research and technology transference, together with ideal infrastructure, Nomafsi has hosted millions of farmers, students, and local officials for training and internship. Nomafsi has also taken great part in training cooperation with universities and institutes both locally and internationally. Joining the activities of Nomafsi is the government of Vietnam, local authorities, and various international organizations. They have made remarkable support and cooperation in improving a sustainable system for agricultural production of the mountainous area, some of which can be named, such as CIRAD, ACR, IRI, CIAT, FAO, IFAD, ICRAF, NAFRI, and research organizations for agroforestry from Laos, China, Taiwan, Thailand, and Japan.
FAO and Nomafsi have a long history of cooperation, and it's very encouraging that research institutes in Vietnam are very advanced in developing the crops which are adapted and resilient to the weather conditions, to the natural disasters, to the drought, to the flood. And Nomafsi has conducted also a lot of research, including the improved quality of rice, improved quality in the traditional plants like lacquer, which would help with handicrafts and the traditional crafts and generate income and producing fodder on the rain-fed land. So we will continue our work with Nomafsi in identifying the appropriate use of the rain-fed land in the slope areas.
During the past 100 years, Nomafsi has always received special care and encouragement from generations of local leaders at Phu Tha province. This place has been home to Nomafsi. Phu Tha province has also witnessed the ups and downs that Nomafsi has gone through. Phu Tha province has hosted some historical visits by leaders of the Communist Party and the government since the revolution in August 1945. These visits partly showed the role and significance of Nomafsi in the northern mountainous area. This region is important because it plays a key role in regulating climate conditions, controlling natural disasters, and ensuring eco-security for deltas and river basins.
Có thể nói là các cái thế hệ cán bộ, lãnh đạo quản lý và khoa học từ năm 1918 đến nay đã có rất nhiều cái đóng góp và xây dựng lên về cái viện miền núi Bắc hôm nay, về cơ sở vật chất, về đào tạo nguồn cán bộ, thế rồi đặc biệt là các cái công trình khoa học nối tiếp qua các cái thế hệ đã đóng góp một phần rất lớn vào cái phát triển nông nghiệp của cả nước nói chung và của vùng miền núi Bắc nói riêng.
Is the only historical vestige left since the Phu Ha experiment station was established in 1918. The tree has experienced the passion and effort of thousands of scientists living and working in this location. Remaining on the same old land, now, after 100 years, the research station has grown into a leading institute for research and application for the northern mountainous area of Vietnam. More than 90% of the scientific works by Nomafsi have been successfully applied and brought in benefits to 12 million farmers in the mountainous area.
Ngay trong thời gian tới này là chúng tôi tập trung vào sắp xếp lại cái hệ thống nghiên cứu, đảm bảo tinh gọn, hiệu quả và thu hút được, tập hợp được cái lực lượng cán bộ có trình độ chuyên môn giỏi. Và đồng thời là phải duy trì được các cái đội ngũ mà cán bộ ở các vùng mà thực hiện cái việc tức là rất sát sao với đồng bào miền núi và đồng bào dân tộc. Cái thứ hai là phải có những cái chính sách ưu tiên. Trước hết là cái ưu tiên và chúng tôi xác định là con người là quan trọng nhất. Cho nên phải thu hút được cái lực lượng cán bộ khoa học có chuyên môn giỏi, có tâm huyết với nghề nghiệp để tập trung vào nghiên cứu ở vùng miền núi Bắc. Không những là trong viện mà cả ngoài viện. Và cái thứ ba đó là theo cái hướng mà đẩy mạnh cái quá trình tự chủ trách nhiệm thì chúng tôi xác định là phải thương mại hóa các cái sản phẩm khoa học công nghệ, đặc biệt là cái sản phẩm về chè, theo cái định hướng là liên kết sản xuất, liên kết với doanh nghiệp để tạo ra những cái sản phẩm có sức cạnh tranh không những trong nước mà cạnh tranh với cả thế giới và khu vực. Thứ tư, đó là cái giải pháp về hợp tác quốc tế. Xác định đây là một cái giải pháp hết sức quan trọng để đào tạo nguồn nhân lực chất lượng cao, để tiếp cận với khoa học công nghệ tiên tiến và khoa học công nghệ cao. Thì có như vậy thì mới tạo ra được những cái đột biến, những cái cú hích lớn để mà phát triển cái khoa học công nghệ cho cái vùng miền núi Bắc.
Today, Nomafsi is still continuing its journey in the battle to adapt to climate change, to conserve the ecology system of the sloped land, and to bring a better life for people of the northern mountainous area of Vietnam.